Hey everyone, this is a kind of a surprise. I'm Steve Ferreira, CEO of Ocean Audit. It's great to be able to reach out to you guys on a Friday. Welcome to the new Ocean Audit set. A lot of you have seen it, but we're styling here live in Miami, Florida, and it's Friday afternoon at, as I said, 5:56. Just an impromptu session with my favorite coffee here. We get the Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee going. Maybe a little late, but I just wanted to tell you a couple of things. Boy, I've got a secret for you guys. But before I tell you the secret, I want to share with you that I've done it. Not only is it the secret, but that's going to be reserved for a few minutes from now. But I found a way to offer automated post audits, ocean freight recovery audits to clients. Yes. I was just talking to a really good friend, a really close friend today. About a real conundrum that I often think of. Everyone knows me for putting out my high quality content on ocean freight, my 2 years at FreightWaves TV, TPM, hey, Ocean, I'm one of the guys, right? Hopefully I am one of your guys. And, I love that. I love being an expert in my field, ocean freight refund recovery, global logistics refund recovery. Absolutely love that. Hey, and I just realized that I hope I am live. I don't see myself on this this thing. Oh, I do. I'm just running it concurrently on my other computer. I'm running solo today, so guys, please forgive me. Blythe, hi, I know you'd have a panic attack if you see me reaching over the computers. You're so smooth. I'm referring to Blythe Brumlevy, of course. Sorry, Blythe, I didn't mean to botch your name. I found a way to, talk about the ocean freight refund recovery process. And I just felt that, I've been doing this for about 40 years and I can't think maybe one or two posts, freight audit and pay company, pre-audit company, post-audit company that does like general freight auditing. I've never seen them post. I've never seen them make a video. I've never seen anything from anybody relegated to the freight audit, pre-audit, post-audit recovery genre. It's just weird. It's just really strange. It's almost like, I think the freight audit and pay guys, they kind of want that gravy train to keep going. They got X dollars per transaction. Whether it's, a small parcel, an air, an LTL, an FCL, and FTL, domestic truck, and then heavens forbid, an ocean shipment, right? What are they going to do with an ocean shipment? And so, I think it's just, it's almost like a gravy train, right? I think it's a CFO's safety zone, safety harness. But it's also, I think, a CFO's worst nightmare. I think if they really knew the true truth of the fact that, these pre-audit FAP companies are making cash transactions and profits, in some cases doing nothing, right? I mean, what are they going to have? A specialized LTL auditor that knows about Tuscaloosa, Alabama truck regulations, auditing something complex out of Bombay or Shanghai or Cochin or Madras or any of those great, cities around the world that are the hallmarks of an ocean freight shipment. So it's a conundrum, right? I think about, my extensive posting, the videos, our sets here at Ocean Audit, and everything in full glory. We've got the Evergreen ship sailing behind me in LA. We do it all, and we do it right. And I think it's all designed to bring the client into a real-time recovery, right? Where they're taking old shipments and they're able to go into, one of my secrets is I've now set up a completely automated system where I can onboard a client with the push of a button, and the automation just takes you through the service agreement, the statement of work, the requirements on data, sets up a data repository in SharePoint for the transaction or the transmission of the client file. I don't have to touch a thing, right? It all kind of flows into this great funnel. And, if anyone wants to know more about how they can set up their own automation, just reach out to me. this took about 35 years of thought process to go into, right? But, it is almost like on autopilot, right? In terms of how you would look at, bringing someone in that you have a sophisticated delivery system. Like in this case, it's cash, right? Giving refunds to clients that were overbilled or overpaid. And to have the ability to have the automated approach allows me, right, as a solopreneur, I don't have any staff or any assistants, to get those refunds moving quickly, to get them identified, rapidly through the different algos that we've set up to, bring in high profile ticket items so that we can raise those, get the 80-20 rule, right? We want to look at getting 80% of the recovery quickly, taking 80% of the big data, the data that's fairly easy to, put into buckets and themes, and then work on the other 20% later on. So yeah, the automated system is fantastic. It allows me to work with clients from 100 containers all the way on up to 100,000 plus containers. So it's quite a way to move the ball forward as it relates to the field of cost recovery for ocean and global logistics, right? And I say global logistics and ocean because it's clear that in many of the cases that I work with, many of the importers, manufacturers, distributors, retailers, wholesalers, that they have core ocean. Then they also work with 3PLs, 4PLs, freight forwarders. They have core global ocean, core global air. And so it's all, one great package, right? Where you're auditing a global ocean freight invoice from, and I'm just making this up, DHL or Schenker or Expeditors. You're also auditing a global air shipment from them. So, you look at the global logistics refund recovery opportunities, they're actually deeper, right? Because obviously it's ocean, it's global air. Of course, the 2 D words, detention and demurrage, and then miscellaneous invoicing. But I think it's all part and parcel of the opportunity that's available right now to the beneficial cargo owner. And speaking of the opportunities that are available to the beneficial cargo owner, I also think that right now, as we speak, it's a very interesting time where, we're still in this kind of destocking phase where we're looking at the destocking issues that are going on in the retail and the wholesale world and the distribution world. But we're also looking at, where the stabilization or the normalization, or kind of the low end kind of whipsawing of where ocean rates are now. In the last couple of days, is some potential stability coming into the West Coast rates and some of the East Coast rates. But still, obviously, ocean rates are a far cry from they were in the Containergeddon, the sins of Containergeddon during 2021, 2022, and parts of 2023. So I think the real opportunity here, right, and we're seeing this now, or I'm seeing this now at Ocean Audit, is clients that are saying, you know what, really want to, this is, I've got some time now, our agreements, our contracts are a little stable, more stable. I'm still able to get some, recoveries or I'm sorry, some lower rates, in the current rate environment. And they're talking about rate procurement from their NVOCC or rate procurement from the VOCC. And so, logistics directors, managers are playing this great game where they're going in as, to their incumbent carriers and asking for a little more, right? To the point where, it continues to put, selling pressure on the price of ocean and global air. So with that said, obviously beneficial cargo owners have an incredible appetite for now recovering the sins of the past. So the fact of the matter is so many clients now that I'm seeing have this phenomenal events happening where they're saying, hey, we were paying 30,000, 2 years ago. Now we're paying, 2,000. So we paid 15 times more, than, for thousands of containers. And I got to tell you, as a matter of fact, I've got to send my new pitch deck to a colleague soon. But in my new pitch deck, we talk about the fact that it only takes, in some cases, 30 or 40 containers of errors, right, that are in errors to equate to 100,000 plus refund. So I think beneficial cargo owners now are just kind of, it's almost like Katie bar the door, where they want the opportunity to recover and get refunded both global ocean, air, global logistics, and of course, detention and demurrage, which, by the way, I think is child's play. I think that detention and demurrage are some of the easier recoveries that are out there on the books. And I think it's an easy money grab, right, to look at the past. And keep in mind, right, that the Ocean Shipping Reform Act and the previous Ocean Reform Act allow a 3-year recovery period. In many cases, right, that recovery period is even 4 years. Heck, I even recently got a recovery that was over 8 years old. It just really depends on the relationship. Anything beyond 3 years, usually if there's a great relationship between the vendor and the BCO, we can still get that refunded. But 3 years is really, you know, what the U.S. Federal Code of Regulations says. And that's a really beautiful document, right? Because that can never change. And that allows us, you know, to think about freezing time in a vacuum, so to speak, that the ability to go back all the way to, you know, July or August 1 of 2020. It's the peak prime period, right, for taking advantage of this ugly container-geddon process. So, you know, somebody asked me today, how you doing? How I'm doing. And I said, fantastic. I'm doing fantastic because I love getting, you know, I'm averaging about $1 million a week in gross refunds, recoveries from my client and the clients. And this is the time of your life. This is the time to capitalize on the COVID related refunds. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? We don't want to think anymore about COVID. We don't want to think anymore about the incredible loss of profits that caused us to, you know, take a financial bath or, you know, cause our customers, you know, your customers, increase rates at the store level or the retail level or the consumer level, the wholesale level. It's time to rid ourselves of that sin by securing the ocean freight or the global logistics refunds that are truly yours while they're still available. Now, again, this is almost like, you know, okay, for a limited, you know, I feel like I should be holding a sign up, you know, for a limited time only, ocean refunds. That's not the case at all, right? These refunds existed long before COVID, even as far back as 1994, right? When I started Ocean, my first company, Trade Check, and then sold that to a NASDAQ company. You know, these refunds have always existed, but the chance to magnify and multiply them now and the velocity that you've never seen, that we've never seen before, and may never see again, you know, quite frankly, in the lifehood of our great logistics brothers and sisters out there. So with that said, I think that now we're kind of in a 1-2, you know, mode, right? Step one, step two. Step two is really the secret. So it's not that secret, the novel or the book, right? Not that romantic, but it is romantic in the sense that I stumbled across, you know, a way to take what I just said, take this beautiful array of recovery opportunities that are out there for you. For every importer, exporter that's in the sound of my voice or watches my replay, there is obviously, you know, the standard offering of going back 3 years in history, getting ocean freight recoveries, detention, demurrage recoveries, where, you know, I get you $1 million and then, you know, you'll pay me a percentage of that million, right? Once you have that money in hand. So the secret is this: I found a way to take everything I just said, rewind that, right? I found a way to take everything I just said and 2x it or 3x it. I found the secret ingredient that was right in front of me that I totally missed out on. Not missed out on, but think of this as we hear this word all too often, a lot of times in the financial world, right? Think of it as an accelerant or an accelerator. So I found an accelerator that I hadn't really put 2 and 2 together. in terms of how to use this. I knew about this, right? And I've been kind of dancing around on that line. But now that I have done my due diligence and have run this myself, I believe the accelerator is the secret. And I know of no one else, right, that has been able to put this together the way that I have. So what I'm making a commentary on to you today is that for global logistics refund recoveries, yes, we can do the normal course of action and get a 6 or 7 figure recovery validated quite quickly. However, I also believe that in certain cases, by adding the accelerator, which is going to be the secret, you think I'm going to give it away here? No. By adding the accelerator to the refund recovery, think of it like a checkbox, right? Work with Steve Ferreira, check. Steve gets $1 million refund, check. Steve adds accelerator and gets $2 million refund, check. Well, you don't have to check the accelerator box if you don't want the 2 million, but who wouldn't want the $2 million refund? So what I'm imploring is to consider touching base with me, and I'll walk you through the steps that I believe are the most prudent to maximize your refund. And they may or may not include the accelerator component. Now, the accelerator component is an extraordinarily powerful, unique tool that I'm probably the only person skilled in the world to use the accelerator. And I go back to what I said earlier about nobody in freight auditing, or nobody in pre-auditing, or nobody in post-auditing. Where's their video? Where's their CFO? Sorry, that's me too. Where's their CEO? Where's their president? Where are their videos? And so I challenge them, to, where's the beef, right? You want to be in front of the Fortune 50, the Fortune 100, the Fortune 500. Hey, I put myself on the line every day with this incredible gift of ocean and global cost recovery to my beneficial cargo owner friends and brothers and sisters out there. So if you want to know more about the accelerator, message me below or email me. You can try one of my new fancy emails, stevef@freightaudit.com. Now, I'm not getting away from the Ocean Audit name or the branding, but I do own the best domain in the business. And again, freightaudit.com is really the #1 domain property in the field of ocean freight or global freight audit recovery. So message me at stevef@freightaudit.com or stevef@oceanaudit.com and ask me about the accelerator and ask me about how you can get high-level global ocean freight detention demurrage refunds completely validated, or at least the 80% of them validated, in less than a few business days, using less than 15 minutes of time to assemble the simple pieces of data that I need. Yes, that's right, even the accelerator. So I hope I whet your appetite for the incredible gift of global logistics refunds. If you're a CFO that imports or exports over 100 containers a year, you owe it to your company to investigate the ability to look at cost recovery, ocean freight, global logistics, post-audit recovery, because it's free of charge. I don't charge a single dime unless you actually receive a recovery. It's that simple. So we put it all on the line here at Ocean Audit every day for you, as my best friends out there in the world are all in this beautiful industry together. And together, let's strategize and get you the right refunds that you deserve in the timely manner. And let's overcome the deadly sins of Containergeddon as we know them. So until next week, I want you to enjoy your weekend. I'm Steve Ferreira of Ocean Audit, CEO of Ocean Audit, that is, in Miami, Florida, wishing you all a great weekend. And if I have any questions or there's comments as a result of the video, I'll make sure that I respond to them in kind. Thank you again, guys. Love you all. Bye.